Hey artist, I am Josie and I am gonna show you all you need, all the materials, supply you need for alcohol ink starter. Alcohol ink can get very pricey if you are not knowing what you're doing and you just go to the store and start getting everything. Just know that there's a way to start and really know if you like it and just build from there. So the basic. Let's start with the paper. I have my paper here. This is a Nera paper. I am a fan of Nera. I'm not sponsored. It's just a brand that I like. If you are using heat tool, it's gonna resist better than the UPO. And if you do a mistake and you want to erase, you will be able to do it better on the Nera paper. Now, UPO is excellent. You will find it at Michael's. Pixis, I saw that brand a lot. I never tried it, but heard good comment about it. I know there's a lot more brands around there. Just look at reviews, see what people are saying. I have tried photo paper, which was recommended in some YouTube video, and it is BS. It did not work at all for me. I mean, it guess it depends what the effect you want, but the synthetic paper for alcohol ink, it's very smooth. Like you could do it on glass, you could do it on a ceramic that is very smooth and varnished, not matte. If you do it on something like a Canva or anything that is not varnished and is porous, your ink will go in. In my photo paper, honestly, it went in right away. It was a loss of money. So if you want that effect that your ink just sinked in, then go for it. But for the special effect, when you see the color pop and vibrant and the flow, you need something that is non-porous. This is synthetic paper. It's clearly plastic. Now, the thickness, this is 150. I use this one normally for practice or when I have student, I will buy the 100 pack of paper. This being said, you have higher thickness, which is in the description. You'll see micron, Micron. So I'm not sure I pronounce it properly. This is for the thickness. You can hear it. This one is a lot thinner. I think you can see on the camera. I use thicker thickness for the art that I sell. So if I have the intent of selling it, I will use thicker. I mean, it's just the paper will have less chance to fold. It's just a lot more thicker and resistant than the thin one. I use a thin one for bookmark. This is very good one for bookmark. The 250 is also good for bookmark, but if you go higher than that, I want to show you. Like they have like Nera, they have the 275, sorry, 330 and 430. 430 is extremely thick. You cannot do bookmark, for example, with that. It's too thick. It's hard to fold. 275, 150 is good. Okay, that's it for paper. I think at Dollar Tree once I saw paper. Yes, I'm still talking about paper. If my memory is good, I did try it and I did not like it. Sometimes you want to save money and you end up that you have to buy again. Don't do like me. I'm telling you. I mean, I don't have the absolute truth, but from my own experience, I love Mira because first I can erase. So this is my main prime feature that I love. If it mess up a little bit on the side, I can erase it. Okay, brushes. I have a few brushes here. Just know that whatever brush you use, it will be hard to use for anything else after. So try to choose brush that you will keep only for alcohol ink. So I have this one. It's a very fine tip. I love this one because it doesn't absorb too much. Just know that as soon as it touches the liquid, it will absorb the liquid. A silicone brush, what it does, it will push the liquid instead of absorbing. So depending on the effect you want, just know that the classic brush with normal bristle will absorb some of the liquid. The silicone brush won't. I have different size, but I mean, doesn't really matter. Try out what you think. This one is a little thicker. I do prefer the very small tip. This one is my absolute favorite. Okay. Alcohol ink colors. Let's go with that. I have, when I first started, I used Piñata. Piñata have like a set of 10 or 12 color. You can have it for a decent price. When you go with Kamenskaya or Ranger Tim Holtz, they're a little more expensive. They will sell in pack of three, which is a good amount. If you want to just start, choose a three color that you like that goes well together. And I would just start with those three colors if I was to start again, or with the set of piñata, which you have a little more. In the set of piñata, you also have some metallic, like this one is a pearl. To be honest, they kind of sink in and it lose its like the image you have in your head of, oh, I'm gonna put some metallic. With that kind of metallic, it just get lost. And I feel like it doesn't achieve the result that you would have in mind. When I started, I also started with some cheap brand. I don't even know, like Sigwang Lumino. I'd say I will show you what it does on the paper in a future video. Actually, I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so you can see. If you use a different brand, it's a good way to know the pigment. But I mean, at the end of the day, you'll learn to use the brand you have. You'll know how your brands are reacting. So now I'm putting one drop on my paper. Ooh. My teal is very popular. It's one of my favorite colors, so it gets very dry and messy. One drop, Ranger drop. Oh, jeez. And Kamenskaya. Okay, I cannot open it. I have another one somewhere. Yes, I guess I like this one less. Okay, and Kamenskaya. Don't get fooled by the amount. Those dropper are kind of the same. They just drop a little more ink on the paper. If you want to see really the colors, like it's not because it's a cheap one. I'm putting 3 drop that the pigment or the color is not going to be nice. Okay, there was 4 in the last one. It went too fast. Something I like to use is my dust blower. Now, I don't want to do it too much. I want you to see how they react. Actually, I'm supposed to show you the material, not do some tests, but I mean, you can see like how intense this color is compared to this one. They're both teal, actually named teal. See, this is the cheap brand, and this is the more expensive brand. But at the end of the day, this can be perfect if you want to achieve that type of color. So it's not because it's a cheaper brand that it's not the color you want. So just be aware of that. I'd say I did color swatch. I don't have them with me, but at some point I did every time I get new paint, I do color swatch. Like this, I know what they look like when they dry. My cheap paint, I have a tendency to not look like what it's written on the bottle or what I expect. Like this one is scarlet red. To me, this is pink right now. I don't know if you can see. It's a lot more pinkish than scarlet red. So just play with your color. I mean, cheap, expensive. I'd start, if you have a budget, I would start with a Ranger, a Piñata, or a Kamenskaya. Kamenskaya is my favorite. I mean, yeah, so it's not because it's a cheaper color that it's not the color you want. Okay, I have a Copic. Copic has a normal side. I normally use it for when I do flowers, little things. Ooh, I'm just having fun. The Copic are a well-known brand. They're very popular. If, again, you're on a budget, one time I was at Russ, I paid $4.99 for a set of 12, and it's perfect. Those were neutral color. I bought also a little set with more intense color. The thing that I like about this is, let's do another one. You'll see. Like, I don't use it as a, I use it only to make my lines for my stems, my stem for my flowers. So it's not like for my purpose, I do not need a set of 50, 40, whatever of Copic that are a little more expensive. My black one, and if I want a very specific color, I will go get the Copic specific one. Otherwise, those one has worked quite well for me. Okay, alcohol ink. Alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, sorry. I use 99%. You can find that. This one is from Amazon. You can find 99 is a little harder to find, but like 91%, I found it at CVS, Walgreens, in pharmacies. Those are in US. Now I pour my alcohol inside those bottles, either my fine line applicator or my eyedropper. So this one is a lot bigger if I want more. And I've used this one earlier. The tip is very fine. Okay, something I discovered and I love, love, love is the Kamenskaya alcohol varnish. If you have done before, you are happy with your result, and then something happened, something scratch, and you end up with a line. I don't know, can you see? With a line in your design. And now you cannot enjoy it as much. You can always go back and replay with it. The thing is, if you use, it was hard to do. It's because I really had to scratch. It's because in my fine line, I do have the varnish, okay? I really had to scratch. If you do not have the varnish, you will pass your finger and you will have the pigment color on your finger. So I love using that alcohol ink varnish. It comes with a little bottle like this that you mix with your isopropyl alcohol. So the mix is what you use. And I don't use this one. I use this one just for because it's graduated. There's the milliliters, and then I pour in my fine line applicator. Okay, do I forget something? Yes. Okay, I talked about pearls. I want to talk about this one. I go a little more in depth in one video about which metallic I like. I personally, Piñata, the bracelet, can you see, is my favorite. It will stay on top, and I really like the effect. The Kamenskaya, depending what you want, you go check the video. I will put it in the description below. It's kind of just everywhere. It's overwhelming. If it's the effect you want, good. Don't forget gloves, dust blower. They sell bigger one. Ranger has one that is specifically for alcohol ink. I personally don't like it. The reason is it's really big and I have small hands. I really like the smaller one. This is just a dust blower for photography, computer. It does what I want. So I like this one better, but it's very a personal choice. We talked about safety. The mask, I use a face mask. If you go in the starter guide, you'll have the link. They are affiliate link to the product I use and prefer. I protect my surface. I use either a silicone mat. If you do not have one, you can use parchment paper. I even use, you can see here, my parchment paper as like a palette. Sometimes it's just so close, it's easy to just go from one to the other. But I do have also this that you can find at anywhere, I'd say. Do I forget something? Brushes, paint? No, I think that's it. If you have any question, comment, write to me. My email address is on my website. You can comment under this video. If any question, just let me know. I'll be happy to answer. You'll find the starter guide in the description. It's just a simple download from my website. Have a good day. Happy creating.